Well, hello, Dynamos! Everybody in the world is here, I'm sure of it. Hello, world. I'm JD's cousin, Anita. And as you know, I'm Anita Doll Darling. Welcome. Anita Doll Darling. That's me putting my name up across the bottom.
Oh, gotcha.
Anita Doll Darling. Oh, it's the first.
Wow.
That's for the friends and fans. Mariah is here, everybody. Woohoo! Give it up for Mariah. Rachel is here, everybody. Woohoo!
Hi.
Give it up for Rachel. It's Friday. It's unscripted. Welcome to Gals, Gays, and Theys, your favorite one-stop shopping on the World Wide Web for all things queer. Yes. I'm Anita Doll Darling. I am a professional fill-in guest host here at Gals, Gays, and Theys. Since my cousin JD, as you guys found out last week, likes to take a lot of time off. He'll be here on Tuesday. Today, we are going to pack the show filled with interesting things. You know, on Fridays, we do not have a set script, which is good because not everybody can read. And I want to make sure that we are never like encumbered or inhibited in any way, that we can just go where we want to go, be who we want to be. But that's the number one thing here. Self-love is my message as Anita Doll Darling, as a person in general. I just believe that if you love yourself, anything in life is possible. Mariah, how have you been? Were you going to sneak away? You're going to turn the fan off?
Yeah.
You know why?
Oh, yeah.
Too bad.
Can you guys turn the fan? Silent.
Here's what we can do.
We
can turn the fan
silent
down, but then slide it forward.
We can leave it on.
So that I think I can hear it too. And I want it to be.
But it was silent the other day.
It was what?
It was silent the other day. So there is a setting where it's silent.
Yes. No, we can just turn it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody at home is super excited about this
take care of it.
fan chat. Here's the thing. We care about fans. We care about the fans that find us on YouTube, the fans that find us on twitch.tv, and the fans that are in our room keeping us cool. So let's all give it up for fans, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I don't hear any of these little sound effect thingies, but that's okay.
I don't hear them either.
It's all right. It's okay. Maybe because we don't hear them, they hear them. I bet that's the way it goes. So on today's show, we have, first of all, Fridays is just meant to be relaxed. Super, super, super relaxed. So come along for the ride. Put us on in the background. Just do whatever you want.
While you're cleaning.
Exactly. This is great. This is what I clean in, by the way.
Absolutely. I've seen it.
We are going to be talking to Rachel Anderson, RA Media Makeup. Yay! RA Makeup Media Makeup.
Did it right. You said it right.
Media Makeup.
Woo.
She is our go-to for all things makeup. She is Anita Doll Darling's like unicorn, like my Pegasus unicorn goddess, who is bringing all of this to reality. And at the same time, we're teaching. Because we do a segment here called How to Build a Queen. Yes. Ooh. And today we're going to go into some of the details of what you see here. Because earlier today, I was a boy. I was a man.
What?
Shocking. Dun, dun, dun.
What?
Oh, I heard that one. Anyway, as I was saying, that's Mariah's favorite little sound effect, aw boogers. Today we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about the process of all of this. Mm-hmm. We also went shopping over the week. I'm saying weekend like it was. We went shopping at one of our favorite places. We're going to talk for a minute or two about the Plus Bus of Highland Park, California. Mm-hmm. Hello, friends. We're going to talk about the beautiful people that we've met there, and like these supermodels, which I love very much. We're going to... At some point, we'll show you on the overhead. Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, it's a good thing I have my good nails on. Yes. And then, there he goes. We have lots of photos to show. We're going to also read from our favorite book. We are really going to do it this time. I know we threatened to do it last Friday, but we were so excited with the old, takeover of me, Anita Doll, taking over for JD. Anyway. We are really excited to have you here today. And if you are a gal, gay, they, or any other marginalized person, you've found your place on the internet. Welcome. Ooh. If you're watching us on YouTube or Twitch TV right now, we are recording live. We are also live on Instagramables. Whatever that is.
On your cousin JD's profile.
On my cousin JD's profile.
Hacking.
At JD Cargill. Anita Doll Darling's going to need to get a profile. Hopefully you guys don't do that before we do.
Very soon.
We have it.
Ah!
Yes.
It was on your
Love.
lower thirds.
Oh, it was at Anita Doll.
Yes.
Guess what I'm gonna do today? I'm gonna go follow myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go follow her right now.
You know what the best thing about following yourself is how dizzy you get.
Oh my God.
Dang. Just full of them.
Okay.
Who else has Harry Styles' song stuck in their head?
Harry
Me.
Style.
Me.
Yes.
Harry
At all
Styles.
times.
So can we talk about Rachel and we went to the Plus Bus yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We had some fun. This is one of the fun outfits we have. We're going to show you all some video from our excursion to the Plus Bus later, and you'll see JD getting in and out of some funny clothes, some funny situations. But we had so much fun there. We met the most amazing people there.
Yes.
And while we were out, we also stopped and did some makeup. We did a makeup run.
Yep.
I've been 3 times now to various makeup places, most of which are like Targets.
Yeah.
And I've never had like guidance while I was there. I'm just sort of like, what do I need? Like,
Yeah.
like I've watched this YouTube tutorial. I've seen what Pearl and Rue and Bob the drag queen have to say. Now I'm trying to go recreate it out in the real world. It takes help.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with makeup at all, you need a guy. You need a North Star like my Rachel here, who is makeup and hair / producer and is creating a whole web series out of what we're doing here, and that'll be coming soon to a very small theater near you called your cell phone. So we're producing up a bunch of content. We're going to have fun today. That's the bottom line. Is today's going to be fun. We'll have a couple of mindful moments. We're going to play some Smash or Pass later with the Grammys this weekend. But first and foremost, Miss Mariah.
Yes.
Mariah. Shelly, if you're nasty.
Shelly, Shelly just comes out.
How have you been?
I'm okay. You
Okay.
know?
I do love your bandana today.
Thanks.
She's
It's
cute.
very,
Someone very special
cute.
got it for me.
Really? Aww.
Aw.
But mental health not great. But hey, it happens. I'm just trying to push through it, and it's gonna be fine.
You know, we, with all the fun we love to have here, we also love to take health very seriously. We
Yes.
consider mental health as much of your health as your stomach or your head or your body or anything else. And mental health is health.
Exactly.
So I am hurting a little bit for you that you're a little bit under the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. It's wild because it's so true. Like your mental health, when my mental health is really bad, I get sick. Like
Yeah.
I always do. And it's so connected. And it really can. And we have talked in the past with Angelica about how stress can like make you sick. You can have chronic pain and illness from it. And so I've been sick with no reason but my mental health. And, you know, I'm sure it has to do with I'm not taking care of myself.
Don't put that on yourself. Don't
But-
do that. I
No,
know what
but-
you're doing.
No, but it's depression. Like
Yeah.
the self-care isn't there, so that could also attribute to getting sick because I'm not eating good, I'm not drinking enough water, you know, all those things.
Yes, and it's fun. It's like what causes what. You
Yeah.
never know, but it
Yeah.
can be a downward spiral. At some point, some moment of strength happens, or if you trust someone around you to love them with this news, and you say, "Hey, when you see this happening, step in."
Yeah.
Literally, this just happened to me, so I understand depression. You know,
Right.
Who doesn't really?
I know.
But
That's the sad thing though is the fact that most people can relate. It's
Yeah.
like, oh
know.
god, the fact that we all have this is so.
Well, I think it's a
But-
confusing thing sometimes for people between what is something clinical or sort of like very medical and then what is just a bad day and a bad
Right.
mood. You know, when
Yeah.
you're a person who gets depressed, like I had this overwhelming sense of just loss and like
Yeah.
Dread.
dread, exactly, for nothing, you know, because, and I don't know why this happens, but every single tool, meditation, you know, eating and drinking healthy, going for a jog or a walk outside, playing with a pet or a loved one, not in the same way. Hi, here you are, Mama. There you are.
Oh my god.
Like there's all these tools that we have in our little arsenal. Anybody who's ever struggled with any kind of mental illness, if you're of a certain age, you've gotten to a point, hopefully, where you've gotten some guidance to like, well, here are the things you can do to get out of it. And yet, when the moment happens, it's like all that stuff goes
yeah.
right out the window.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know, I love saying, I think of feelings now and emotions as traffic. They're the cars going by. And when there's a lot of traffic, you just step out of the road, step back onto the sidewalk and watch the cars go by. Those are not Your feelings don't define you.
Right.
Your emotions don't define you. They are just moments in time. They're not
Fleeting.
facts. They're
Yeah.
fleeting. And a lot of times they're rooted in things that aren't even real, like chemical imbalances. And,
Totally.
what's real is what's happening.
Yeah.
A lot of times in meditation, they'll say, Jake, look at a light bulb and just look at that. Look at this pedal and just look at that. Look at this phone. Cute phone, right? Just look at that. And then as you focus on the reality of what is there, somehow it sort of brings you back to center.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can, hopefully lower some of the depression that's around you, some of the mental health
Totally.
stuff. So,
Yeah. I think one
Yeah.
of the things that is so crazy too is I think what's so hard for people to get out of these depressive states is things pile up. Like my place is so dirty and there's clothes everywhere and there's dishes in the sink and I haven't showered in a few days and then I'm like, I'm depressed, but I have to do something. But the fact that I have this to-do list of 100 things and my space that is supposed to be my safe space is dirty, it makes me push it all off and I struggle. But I'm working on telling, I told my boyfriend about it this last weekend about how I can't get off the couch. I can't do that right now. And there's dishes down the side of the kitchen table and he did the dishes for me.
yeah, that's
And
what
that
happens
was
when you open yourself up.
It
Yes.
was such a wild, but it was so hard for me to let him.
Yeah.
I know.
The fact that I was sitting on the couch, I'm like, you don't have to do anymore. And it was just so hard. But he was like, no, I want to do this for you. And that was so important to me, and that meant so much to me. The fact that my dishes got done made that day so much better.
You didn't, just when you think you couldn't fall in love with him more.
For real. Yeah.
That's so sweet. And you know what? Also, give yourself some credit.
Yeah.
It is so hard to let people in.
Yeah.
This is part of our mission with this show, is to let people in on the authentic ways that people really are. People are vulnerable. We all are. No, there isn't a single person on this planet that doesn't know what it's like to have something about themselves that they don't want to share with the world, but if you did, it would help.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like with your boyfriend stepping up and doing those dishes because you needed that help. And as you were talking, I was like, oh, if you had called me. And you know what it is too? Sometimes you're helping someone else.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you were kind of in a funk and I was in a funk and I just was like, you know what, Mariah, you and I both understand what the mood that I'm in and I can't even get up to do the dishes. You might feel like, you know what, that gives me a new purpose. Because so much of, this is something they talk about a lot in recovery too, is that it's you're obsessed with yourself a little bit, like how I'm feeling, everything. If you turn that energy out and you're thinking about how other people are feeling, sometimes it'll get you out of your own funk and you can go then be of service to those people. And you've not only helped someone else maybe, but you've gotten yourself out. So it's a win-win.
Totally.
I'm so proud of you and yay.
Woo!
I know it's not easy, but I'm so proud of you and I love you. And I'm so glad that we're doing this on the show because anybody who knows what mental health struggles are like or what depression is like, or there's myriad mental health issues, but whatever they are, usually what helps a little bit is to talk about them, acknowledge it, process it, bring in your support team, have them know what's going on so they can be helpful. And then let's let time do what time does.
Yeah.
Yay! So, mental health, check. We got that off the list. Rachel.
Yes.
We had so much fun yesterday.
So much fun.
Tell everybody what happened.
So we went to the Plus Bus, as we've now said 5 times, and we met some incredible ladies. And they just helped us pick out a few things for Miss Anita Darling.
That's right. Anita Doll, darling.
Anita Doll Darling.
And you deserve it all. You should have it all.
Yes. But yeah, so they're this great little boutique in Highland Park.
Yes.
And it's like a secondhand thrift store specifically for plus size clothing, which is amazing. I've sold a few things to them. I don't know what the correct term is, but you go in and they'll buy it from you. Like shirts they buy for like $10.
Which can we just talk about that? Like the fact that with fast fashion out there, filling up landfills everywhere, causing, adding to the environmental problems of the world. Here's a store who is taking previously loved items, zhuzh them, and resell them.
They just turn them and put them right on the rack.
Who knows who this little number might have belonged to?
I know, and they get stuff from like Lizzo all the time. Like there was a rack while we were there that we were looking, and it said on the thing, Lizzo.
Shut up. How did I miss that?
It's very, like, they go very quickly because they'll do, like, when Lizzo donates, they'll do, I may be incredibly wrong, so don't quote me on this, but I know that they'll go live and they'll, like, okay, and then there's this item. And I think they do that with Lizzo, and, like, part of it goes, I don't remember, but, like, people buy Lizzo stuff right away, so there's not a lot left. But there was, like, a T-shirt, like a simple T-shirt that said Lizzo on the tag, so.
Remember the T-shirt I was
so
going to
cool.
buy?
Yes, which we shouldn't talk about because we should make those.
Oh, yes. Coming soon.
We should make
Message
those.
T-shirts is going to be our thing.
Yes.
We have a little video of the Plus Bus, thanks to our smart producer who shot this. There we
That's
go.
me. That's
How
the store
adorable is the
itself.
store?
You got to have it.
It
It's
is in Highland Park.
Yep.
Look at us with the shout outs. I love it. And what you said, it's like a second-hand thrift store, but I actually think it's like a curated, it's like a boutique that's been curated from vintage items from all other kinds of stores.
Yeah, and as
they
you
do
saw,
the curating for you.
Yeah, they'll put outfits together. They'll put, and if you ask, the ladies are so nice. And if you need something,
They
or
really
if you're
are.
Like
Hi, Alex. Shout out to Alex.
Alex and Astra, we love
Astra,
her.
yes.
We love them both.
And we're also going to talk about Funky Chunky or Chunky
That is-
Funky. I can't remember which way it is.
Yes.
But these models, I tell you, these are some of their. I met this gorgeous woman.
That's Astra. That's Funky Chunky.
That's Astra.
Astra
Funky
Marie.
Chunky. Astra.
Hi, darling.
You, my darling friend, Anita Doll Darling loves you. Here's the moment. Let me just tell you what we saw. I'm over trying on clothes. You're filming stuff. We are looking for outfits for Miss Anita Doll Darling. And Astra is in the corner. I'm like, what is happening over there? And I go around the corner, and it's just a ring light, a camera, TikTok is on, and someone's practicing like the best dance moves, choreographed to whoever else is dancing in front of the screen in front of them. It was so beautiful. And I just walked up and I was like, I love everything that's happening right now. This is my best. This is the best part of my day. I love it. And I mean, literally, I was like, can I have a hug? And we were friends.
Oh, I love that.
And she's from Long Beach, and she said that she would come in to studio at some point, or maybe we'll have her Zoom in from Long Beach at some point. Astra, if you found us and you're watching, write a little something in the live chat there, and we will hook you up. This is Astra, by the way. I just got to go back to these photos for a second. The best thing about the Plus Bus is that they're servicing a community that I have not realized until becoming a drag queen that is so underserved. Like we went to some other stores and I was like, well, I love this, but I want it for my size. And as a woman, I'm a plus size woman. And so they don't have them. They're like, you made the point, Rachel, that, it isn't because, I thought it was because, they're selling out. It's just they never made them.
No, it's not made a lot of the times. A lot of brands are like fat phobic, actually, honestly, have come out and said they do not want to make plus size. But then the few brands that do, they only make the same 4 things. And so the plus size industry is an untapped market because I want to buy clothes. I want to look cute. This is a men's t-shirt.
You always look cute, though. But it's not easy. That's the thing. It should be easier than it is for plus-size girls like us to look cute.
A perfect example is I was going to a friend's birthday party, and I wanted to wear something, and I am far, far beyond needing new clothes. I just wear the same 10 things all the time. But I was like, I'm going to run out and get something. And I almost didn't get anything, and the thing I did get kind of actually doesn't fit, but I can get away with it if I wear it a different way. But it was really frustrating to not be able to find anything. When I couldn't go to Target, I had to go to Anthropologie and Century City Mall because they're the only Anthropologie with a plus size section, and even in there it was like not my style, not my vibe. But I found a really cute black sweater that I made work, and it's kind of hard to find.
Meanwhile, statistically, the average American woman is a size 12 or 14?
Like 16, 18.
Really?
Something like that.
That's my size.
We should fact check that, but it's higher now than it used to be.
We will fact check that. But considering how many women there are that need these clothes, you would think that people could get out of their way a little bit over the really the stereotypes and the judgments that we make about people of size.
I think part of it too is you'll find as we do more shopping that a lot of things, are not actually plus size. They're
16.
16
That's the average
is
size.
the average size.
See?
Yeah.
Fact checker.
Wild.
Thanks, Shelly.
On it.
AKA Mariah.
But you'll find that a lot of plus size clothing is not actually plus size clothing. It's straight size clothing with more fabric. So it's cut in the same dimensions. Like you'll find a lot of plus size shirts are this long, and they need to be much longer just because like, yes, there are some beautiful shorter queens who need a shorter shirt, but like someone like myself, I need a much longer, like big and tall, big girl stuff, and it's all really short.
Where your body, like just because a person is bigger doesn't mean they're going to have the same proportions as a smaller person. So in addition to adding more fabric, you would also need to add the right cut for their shape. That is so true. Yeah. Even now that we're going through this, and I know today we're going to talk about, you know, breaking down some of these elements of drag that we're showcasing. It's been really interesting for me to realize a lot of things actually that I didn't know. We can talk about like the list, like the buttons. We went the whole thing with the buttons. That was hilarious. But like where my waist is, as Anita, my waist is much higher than what I'm used to.
Yes.
And so I was thinking when we tried this outfit on, for example, oh, it's way too long. But that's because I had it down where I would put it, and you're like, no, darling.
No.
That's not your waist.
Well, and that's what's different between men's and women's clothing is men wear their pants around their hips, women wear their pants around their waist.
Got it.
Generally. All general terms I'm talking in here. But like I wear my pants all the way up at my waist, which is much higher than my hips. My hips are very low. I have a weird shaped body, but
you have a beautiful shaped body.
Thank you. But yeah, you got to wear things sit differently on a woman. And so yes, your boy waist is much lower, but if you want to accentuate, you have to find the smallest part of your body, and that becomes your waist.
To see the joy, I know, lesson number 1.
It's like so, but the amount of times that I'm like, okay, I'm going to get, like, I'm like a large usually, but like, they're not, I'm like, this is a large, it's tight on me.
Yeah.
I like don't, and it's so interesting how different every single, like, I swear this is why I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to go for huge pants, so as long as I can button it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it's so frustrating to try to find a pair of pants. I feel like that's the hardest thing to find as a woman, and every brand is different. And so you literally
even
have
within the same brand, the sizes will be completely
different style jeans or like whatever it is. Like it's so like I'm wearing men's pants right now, and they're great and comfortable.
And it's creative.
And
I mean, and what makes a men's pants?
I know.
Actually, that's a perfect segue. I did not know. I don't know if you know this world. I don't know if anybody knows this, but the buttons. Literally, we were talking.
Oh, yeah.
And I was, trying to get this, I think it was like a cheetah print blouse on. And I was distracted, and I was talking to Rachel and I'm like, what is wrong with these buttons? Like, I kept trying to do it. My hands were like on autopilot from being a boy and buttoning my shirt. The buttons on women's shirts are on the opposite side.
Yeah, why is that?
We talked about it yesterday, and I just looked it up.
Like that
okay, well, there's a reason. Is there a legit reason?
Yes. This is just a snippet out of something, out of the Smithsonian magazine.
Oh, thanks, Smithsonian. Number 1 in collecting valuable American iconic art. Number 2 in women's facts.
Sure. While rich men often dressed themselves, their female family members most likely had servants to help them put on their clothes, both out of luxury and necessity. To make it easier for servants to button their employer's dresses right, clothiers might have started sewing the buttons on the opposite side.
That is crazy how far back that goes.
I was going to say, like, it makes sense when you think about 200 years ago.
What was great about your response when I was in there, I'm like, what is going on with these buttons? You're like, oh, they're on the opposite side. I'm like, why is that? And you thought it was because maybe to just tell the difference between men's clothes and women's clothes. But
that's a thought I've had before, but I also knew that there was some sort of historical...
But I bet that's why it's kept. Like, because who's getting dressed by a lady's maid? I mean, besides me. But literally, you were helping me get dressed today. I was like, stick it in your arms.
Yeah, so it's back to when they would like corset you in. And then
exactly.
You couldn't even move.
From their side, because it totally is opposite. And when you're going, although I've watched a few episodes of Downton Abbey, all of them. And when their valets get the men also get dressed.
Yeah.
The wealthy men get dressed by someone.
This is another one I found in Southern Living, so I don't know how accurate it is.
Well, we know that it'll be true, but with a lot of guilt.
Yes. One theory is that men's shirts buttoned on the right because of the weaponry. Most men held their swords on the right hand, and they needed to be able to swiftly open their shirts for dueling purposes.
Okay.
And then as for why women's shirts are on the left, it's because of babies. Women tend to hold their infants in their left arm so that their right hand can flip. That's not real. That's not real.
All of this feels very...
That's very specific.
Maybe.
Like,
so I can unbutton my shirt to breastfeed?
It's so you can use one hand to.
So you're holding a baby like this. Although, I don't know. This all feels, to me, it seems
I think
like.
the first one is more correct. For other people to dress them.
Right. Listen, I'm all for expressing yourself however you want.
Right.
Right? But I do think there's a lot of unnecessary differentiators between the men's and women's
agree.
clothing. Like, who cares? Make
agree.
clothes. The people that want to wear those clothes will find them, whatever gender they are. If it's one end of the spectrum or the other, or the myriad genders that exist between. What kind of clothes we wear and how we express ourselves is really a very personal thing.
Right.
And don't question people.
Doesn't need to be gender specific.
When
I
you're out
also-
shopping, it's annoying.
No, that too. I also, though, don't see people, like, when they're walking down the street. Like, I know a lot of ladies today are wearing, like, men's flannels because they just fit better. But I don't, like, look at the buttons and go, like,
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
right, exactly.
Like, I only think you would notice that if you're, like, a fashion student who, like, just learned about it and was like, okay, so that person's buttons are on the side. You know, but, like, I don't think... I've
who's
never
paying attention
once...
to that.
Right. I've
Yeah.
never once looked and been like, oop.
I feel like I will now.
He's
I'm gonna be
wearing a
like,
lady
what
Did you
side
know?
are those
Did you
buttons
know
on?
this before?
No.
Okay, so you did because you
I knew roughly. I don't know where, but I used to dabble in like little.
maybe
fashion
too
things.
because it's more likely that a woman would wear traditionally men's clothes in our culture than a man would traditionally wear women's clothes.
Yes.
Which, let's face it, is just a
That's-
big fat loss.
As both Mariah and I are currently wearing a men's
Men's
t-shirt and
clothes.
men's
Yeah.
pants.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's
And
everybody's gender bending.
Wow.
the amount of, like, if I go shopping, which is rare, but if I do, it's gonna be like, if I'm not thrifting, it's gonna be like I look in the men's and the women's, and I usually find more stuff in the men's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
For all people that work in retail, please don't like make a weird face at people because everyone has different gender expressions.
Exactly.
And some woman that looks like very feminine to you might want to shop in the men's because that's her expression, and like you shouldn't.
You
There's
know,
just a lot of judgment
I
when
will-
you go shopping, and that's what
100
I really
I-
have anxiety when I go shopping. It really stresses me out.
part of this process, building a queen here,
Yeah.
has been accepting some really new facts. Like, I did not, there's so many ways in which my privilege as a man has emerged now in this process. I have never gone to a store, so many examples. And I have the one about bringing clothes up and being like, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
Like, that was also a thing. By the way, we'll just get through that really quick.
Yeah.
As a man, usually when I'm shopping, I've made the decision if I'm going to buy something before I get in line.
Yeah.
And what I learned with you was it's very okay to bring something up to the counter, ask questions still about it,
Oh,
decide at
totally.
the counter if
Yeah.
you want it or not. And I was like, oh, that commitment was made. Like, I feel like sometimes I've bought things that don't even probably fit or work just because I'd already decided I was going to buy it. Now I'm in line.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
yeah. I always like end up saying I'm not gonna get this at the counter. Like,
Yeah.
almost every time I go.
Asking about-
And
Yeah.
I was feeling like, oh, I don't want to, like,
Yeah.
I shouldn't. They're there to
That's
sell
so
me
funny.
things, not to like answer questions. But it's different.
Which there are definitely, like, if you go to Target, you're probably only going to ask, like, how much
Yes.
something is. But, like, at places like the Plus Bus, she, like, very nicely, like, how would I wear this? What would you can ask all those questions, and they're going to be much more about it. You know, they're much more
They're into
giving about
fashion.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a much more like holistic experience.
Yes.
Shopping as a woman, it was fun. Like,
Yeah.
by the time we were done, we had friends at the
Yeah.
store. We were like making plans.
Yeah.
And why not? I mean, hello.
Being a girl is
How
fun.
cute. Are you ready with that?
Oh yeah.
Look
These
at those.
shoes specifically are what you were like, oh, I can change my mind. It
Yeah.
was
Aren't these cute? Exactly. Like,
Those are really cute.
I tried these on, and they're like they're like they're very fun shoes. They go really well with this sort of tangerine outfit here. Yeah. They and I was like, I'm not sure though. And I also wasn't 100% sure if they fit. And you were like, just bring them up and ask her all those
Yeah.
things. And I was like, no, they're going to be mad that I chose not to buy it. And you're right, no, they don't worry about that.
They don't care.
That was really, really, really nice.
Yeah.
And they were
especially
so
those.
sweet.
She was
love
like,
that.
the lady just brought these. I haven't even priced them yet. Does he want to try them on? And I was like, absolutely.
Oh, we were the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Those went into the store 20 minutes after we got
Just
in
threw
there.
my shoes over there.
Casual. So
I love that shape of the toe.
Yes.
That's
Square
like my
is cute.
favorite. Yeah.
It's a-
Look.
Now, I will say I have a giant run in my pantyhose right now, so I was feeling a little insecure. There are so many things we can talk about when it comes to all this that is like a revelation. Like, I didn't know about the buttons. I didn't know how to shop as a woman. I didn't know that there was such a shortage of plus-size women's clothes, which I should have, because I feel like I've heard that in like...
but it's not like applied to your life until now.
No, exactly.
So
and
it's-
you don't care as much as when it really matters to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's part of it too, is that it's not enough like people hear about it. But there was a woman on TikTok who did a series where she's like a straight sized woman, kind of small, and she was like, I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna like, you guys give me an assignment, and people were like, find me a 2X t-shirt. She had to go to 4 different stores because they don't have them in store anymore. A lot of places they're online, like H&M has plus size online, so you have to buy all of it, then return it if it doesn't fit.
That doesn't make any
think
sense.
about the subtext of that. Like, we don't want you in our stores,
No,
but you can
literally.
go online.
Yep. H&M used to carry in store, and I used to go in there all the time and get things because they're a very nice upscale basic, not super expensive. But now if I want anything, I have to order it online. And with pants and things, that's horrible.
Like pants are the worst.
American Eagle, they used to go up to a 24, and that's what I need in my jeans. And I ordered 4 different pairs of 24 jeans. 2 of them fit perfectly, and 2 of them were not 24s, and it said on the label it was a 24.
Really?
And that's all within the same brand. And I had to order them, and I had to make sure to return them on time, and I had, like all of those things. So you end up spending more and losing more money that way, because like I've forgotten to return things. I did an order for my birthday for corsets. I did a Pirates of the Caribbean theme party, so I ordered a few corsets.
Fun.
And online shopping is wild too, because I'm again usually
Trying to think of a business here.
right.
We need to go into business. Like,
We
this is exactly what happens in the entertainment industry. So at the Women Entertainment event every year, we learn over and over again that women are the primary purchaser of movie tickets. They are the greater consumers. Films that are directed at women, directed by women, and have women themes in them make just as much, if not more money than their male counterparts. And yet the volume of films is still so predominantly like targeted towards male audiences, in spite of the business benefits of. And so I feel like that's the same thing with clothing. We know the size of the average American woman, and yet we're not bringing clothing to them first. Like, it's like, here's the cute small clothes, and then you get some version of it. Or maybe, like you said, you have to go online. You can't shop for it in the store. We should start something like the Plus Bus is really, I feel like that's a very, it could be, everybody there was having so much fun. The sizes were
energy.
inclusive. There was not a sense of like, you don't look the right way
No.
or you don't fit the right way to be
No.
here. It's
And that
really
can
nice.
cause so much anxiety for people going out.
Totally.
They are so judgment free. They are so willing to help. They're so like, hey girl, what do you need? And if you're just like, I just want to look, they're like, okay, but I'm over here if you need me. Like, they're great. They do it right.
Rachel, do you, besides Plus Bus, because we're talking about that, is there any store, in-person store, that you feel like you could always go to and find something, or is there none? None?
No.
Those were where are those crickets?
Yeah. Yeah, no. There's
So there's no place that's like, okay, I can always go there and there'll be something.
I did just find out, so I wear exclusively all black. I don't know if anyone's picked up on this.
I have noticed that.
Okay, exclusively all black.
I thought that was your nod to your gothic, like high school favorite.
Oh, we
look.
haven't grown out of that yet.
Not a
Okay.
phase, Mom. Not
I
a
don't think
phase.
it's a
Not a
phase.
phase.
And on top of that, like being a makeup artist, we're required to wear all black all the
Sure.
time, so it's
Sure.
just easier. And I feel better in black.
Because the stars don't want you stealing their light.
Oh, I still do. That's why
Don't
I have
worry.
bright
You
orange
do.
hair. But
Everywhere we go, they're like, "You're so pretty."
I can't help
True.
it. I can't
She's
help
like,
it.
these eye. You know what a hooded? Oh, we're gonna get to all this stuff. I didn't even know what a hooded eyelid. Like, I just found out I have a hooded eyelids, and there's a difference between that and ones that like yours, which are gifts from God that just present makeup. They're meant to just. Oh, it's
Yes.
impressive.
Yes.
That means you lose your train of thought. I'm like,
Well,
we're
but
gonna
what were we
start a
talking about?
store. We're doing
What were we
lots of
talking
stuff
about?
today.
Oh, yeah, no, there's no stores. I just found out though on TikTok
TikTok's
should not
everything.
be free.
Yeah,
It
I
is
know.
so incredible. It should not
Aw,
be free.
That's such a great compliment. I'm assuming you're talking about our TikTok.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, does everybody do the TikTok?
Um,
Oh, that was just us.
not just us.
absolutely. But I found this brand called Foxblood, and I am obsessed because they only sell black clothing.
Fox blood is what keeps me young.
Cool.
Same.
That and teenager blood.
And
Oh, God.
Just kidding.
I'm writing
my
Fox
Death
Blood
becomes
down.
her.
yes, they sell all black clothing. They go up to a 4X in plus size, which is very hard to find. And it's really nice, like good quality. Like the shirt I was wearing yesterday is from them, and it's good quality. Like, and I only bought a few things, but I'm gonna spend a lot of money with those people.
Good.
Because
Love
I
that.
found it, and it's cute, and it's what I wear, and it's comfortable. But it also was like I felt like a giant baby in the best way yesterday. It was this
You
like
did
baby
look
doll.
very cute.
Oh, it was so cute. I wish I took a selfie. But
So why do you only wear black?
it started in high school as a body image thing because black is slimming and black is hiding but I think it's just like it's kind of evolved. I'm also, we're gonna get a little deeper for a second. I'm horrified of color
Really?
on myself.
I'm
On
just
makeup?
a whore in color.
In makeup, I am fine with any color in makeup, in whatever, but in clothing, I don't want to draw that much attention to my body. So like this is
Why
fine.
not? You have a beautiful body.
Oh, stop it! Stop it!
Everybody's body is as beautiful as you want to believe that it is.
Yeah.
If we are deciding what we think about ourselves based on what other people think about us, we're making a mistake.
Yes, and I have issues with that. But I know I'm getting better because one of my best friend's birthdays is coming up and he's having a Euphoria theme party and I'm going to do like a cat inspired outfit.
Yes.
And it's all form fitting.
You have the little cat ears.
Take all the pics.
I'm getting a mask.
Oh,
she
yeah,
wears
the
in
things she
show.
makes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So many pictures.
I want to go to a Euphoria
Yeah,
theme
I know.
party.
Let's crash.
Obviously, I
Just
would
show
be Rue.
Obviously.
No, actually, what's
I
the
would be
blonde
Rue.
girl that's banging
Jules?
everybody?
Sydney's Cassie.
Cassie.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, for sure, Cassie. You're for sure
absolutely a Cassie.
I'd be Lexi or Rue.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you're Rue.
But I'm
I mean-
honestly more Lexi.
Yeah,
like
I think
vibes.
so.
I'm Lexi vibe. Like I
Interesting.
relate to Lexi
But
more
Lexi's,
than anyone.
Lexi's not non-binary. She's.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm
No,
not
I know, but I'm just saying, if we're gonna play a character from our favorite show,
Oh,
would you play the one that you're
Well,
most
I'm
like in
not a
real life,
cam
or the one that
girl.
you? I feel like you'd want to play Rue the most.
I think
I feel like
Rue-
you'd want to make out with Rue the most.
so I should be.
You should be
So
Nate.
I should be-
Or-
no.
Who's she with?
No,
Jules.
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 The
Yeah.
birthday
I could be
boy is gonna be
Jules
Jules.
or Elliot, I guess.
I think
I do
Jules'
not wanna
character
be
is
Elliot.
fun.
Yeah, Jules is fun. You could be Jules too.
I absolutely could.
I'm
She's
just going
blonde.
off the blonde vibes.
she's taken though. The birthday boy is gonna be Jules.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
fire. Oh, is everyone playing like no repeats? Are you guys doing like no repeats? Or?
We're just kind of doing Euphoria
Yeah.
themed, and like everyone's a little more like leaning towards someone than
Is
someone else.
a Euphoria theme party just code for we're gonna get high? Because there's a lot of drugs in
code
that
for
show.
We're gonna put a lot of glitter on.
Yes,
Lots of
glitter,
glitter.
lots of drugs, a little bit of violence, and tons of sex. That's
Yeah.
welcome
right.
to the Euphoria party.
Sounds like the dream party.
I hope today's not the day my
popcorn-
mom tuned in.
I know, but speaking of moms, I have a lot of moms that I'm friends with, and we talk about Euphoria a lot in our little text chain because people have different, opinions about it. I think that I don't know what high school is like these days, but I remember what boys and girls were thinking and talking about when I was in high school, and sex was 100% on the menu.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
So not as much drugs as they do in this show, but I think things maybe have changed. And depending also where you're from, I'm sure it's more available.
True. I mean, because I went to high school in a city, so I mean, I feel like with that implies
Yeah, a little more.
more.
Access, more resources.
Yeah. More. I mean, I don't know. I think that also media has a lot to do with it. Like
Yeah.
that stuff could have always been like my mom will say things like, "No one did that when I was in school." I'm like, "They probably did. You just
Right.
probably didn't know."
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Or,
now it's just so like mainstream and talked about.
okay,
Yeah.
can I tell you a story?
Absolutely.
Like, I don't think I've ever said this to anybody because there was no reason to. I lived across the street. I grew up across the street from my high school.
Okay.
Literally the house. My parents'
Wow.
business was a retirement home for the elderly. And so I grew up in an old folks home, kind of Benjamin Button, but without the reverse age issue. But yeah, from age 7 to 17, I was there. And right across the street was our high school. And so for those 4 years I was in high school, I literally just walked across the street to go to school.
Amazing.
And I would come home and I would, do lunch service and stuff and then go back. It was just the thing.
Cute.
But one time, it was a weekend, and I don't know why I had to go. I think I was meeting friends to play tennis on the public courts at the school. And I walked up this ramp that sort of just has this, like, a point where you can't see, and then you get up and, there's a platform. And there was just these two people going at it. Under the sun, the golden sunshine, at the middle of the day,
Wow.
outside on a,
How
I think,
iconic.
clothing blanket. It was so fast. I was like, ah! First of all, I think I was like 16. I barely seen myself naked,
Right.
much less anybody else. And so I saw these two figures, and I was like, they're having sex outside on the
broad
sidewalk
daylight.
across the street from my house. I don't think I've thought of that in years, but it was just one of those weird moments, and I was like, oh, and I just turned around and left.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need to play tennis after all, because I couldn't get past him. And so, is that a thing? Have you ever just bumped into people randomly having sex
For sure.
anywhere? Okay, that seems like a great
At like
story.
parties and stuff.
Oh, like you go into a room and it's like,
I
oh,
feel
sorry.
Like that isn't maybe as
Yes.
intense as like a public place.
I've never walked
Yeah.
in on it, but I knew that the choir room was where
Oh,
the
there was a-
theater kids went.
Really?
The spots.
Even theater kids were getting.
Oh, theater kids are the
Even
craziest.
walking by
Really
the band room, I thought I was gonna get an STD.
Yeah, it's the people that like you least suspect. It's the theater. The band kids are the craziest.
It's always the ones you
I was
least
a theater
expect.
kid, so
Is Maria, are you getting all this?
Oh my god.
she knows more
Brown
than
chick-
anyone.
brown chicken, brown cow.
Oh my
It
god.
sounds like you said brown cow.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Oh, that is what you said.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's fun little.
Also, popcorn is here.
Shh. Hello, popcorn. I don't know who you are, but we're going to get to know you because we love you. Thank you. Rhiannon, you were here on Tuesday. You're here on Friday. What's today?
Friday.
JD said you were amazing. So his cousin Anita, that's me. We love you too. I want to show some of the stuff from the
Yeah.
Plus Bus since we're still in that segment.
Yeah.
And I'm going to finish up with these photos, but let's show some of the antics that went down there. Oh, that's my best
yes.
side right there.
So
Yes.
this dress you did not want to try on.
No, not at first,
I
because
love this dress.
this we own this dress now.
Yes,
it.
it's upstairs.
This dress. Should we play Smash or Pass with me? With my dress, I mean.
With the outfit.
With
Always
the
a
outfits. You're like,
smash.
I will smash this outfit.
Oh, that's my baby doll dress.
There you go. See, the one from Foxblood.
Foxblood. But look at this dress. Isn't this fantastic?
Turns out I am a 14 to 18 in women's, depending on the size of my breastplate,
Bazoobs.
my bazooms.
Yeah, I was gonna, because I was asking Rachel a little bit about that. Like, how do you know if that'll fit you
Well,
with the boobies?
We said this. I should have brought them. I should have brought my hip pads and my boobs so that when we were trying things on, it was more realistic. You start to get a sense of it. With material like this, I felt comfortable because it's so stretchy. With material like this, the green dress that everyone's seeing right now is just
It's
like
like
an
a
instinct.
satin, so it's a
It's
solid.
going to give a little.
Right.
Yeah.
But part of what we would love to do today, if we have time, is go online and do
Yeah.
a little perusing with pads
do
and boobs and stuff. I think that a lot of people don't realize that you could, regardless, you could be a drag queen like me, but you might just be someone who had a surgery or someone whose breasts, you just don't enjoy them the way they are. You want to pump them up for a special occasion. There's so many different undergarment solutions to all kinds of body stuff. Is this the same video? Am I just down there for like?
Yeah,
oh,
you're
just
looking at yourself in the
myself.
mirror.
Okay, here we go. Do I ever give you a little view?
You did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this
Ew.
dress is so this was the Plus Bus.
Oh.
Boom. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
There
Oh, look,
it
right
is.
up on the toes.
Yes.
Like a real lady. I knew what was up.
It's a great
That dress
dress.
is gonna rock.
The
Yay.
fit, the fit.
The fit.
There's my fit.
Yay.
Looking like a giant baby.
Wait, so cute.
Thank you.
Just a beautiful baby.
Thank you.
Wow.
But that was that dress.
Yes, that was one of probably at least a 7 or 8.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
There we go. My cousin,
Here it is.
my cousin JD was wearing this exact same outfit just 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
Wow's around.
Pull it in. That's why I remember when I said the pants are too
So
long.
yes, this is you wearing them too low, and I was like, hold on, pull them up, and you did, and your face went.
Wait, are they connected or separate?
They're separate.
And this was a whole other realization.
Okay.
This is a bathing suit down below.
It's a bodysuit.
Snaps together.
Oh, a bodysuit.
Okay, that bodysuit idea or concept was not something that I'd ever known. But I will tell you, there's a place in the men's world for it. Because one of the things I hate the most about wearing a suit or whatever is if your shirt starts to pull up. Like
Yeah.
if men's shirts snap
Buttoned in?
like the way that they do, or even they don't have to snap under your crotch, but they could snap maybe into the to your underwear
They
or
have
something.
them
I
that
don't
go
know.
that snap on the leg.
Yeah, I bet they exist. There's half
do,
the
yeah.
time you're like, God, I wish they had this, and you Amazon it, and
True.
in fact they do have it.
And yeah.
Yes, so that is literally this little number I'm wearing right now.
That's
This
so
little
fun.
tangerine, and I am trying. I guess I should have been paying more attention where the camera was. So I'm just looking at
I
myself.
just caught you wherever you were.
So there's me. There's the boot. And
Yes,
And then-
that's
You're
how
like,
you would like. Oh, do I
va-va-voom.
have enough room for boobs? You grab
Exactly.
it and pull it forward. It was
I'm like,
great.
yeah, I do have enough
Yes.
boobs. And the whole A-line thing, you cannot look down because I just every time I look down, I'm like, oh, things are a mess. But yeah, so there it was. There
Pamela
it is.
vibes.
That's right. This is our Pamela Anderson hair too.
Totally.
We just when we said what kind of hair are we going to do with this look, we thought, oh, and this is the fun of it. This is the fun of building a drag persona and building this character, building a queen, has been like, what kind of colors does she like? What kind of, she's a whole other character. And I've had a lot of fun developing her with you. This was a lot of fun. I don't actually like shopping, which is interesting, right? As a boy, I find it tedious, and I know what I like. I actually prefer to shop online and just like send me 10 more black t-shirts.
Yeah.
And some messages on the front. Like I don't think about my fashion really as a man. But as a woman, there's so many options.
Yeah.
And so I've been having a lot of fun with that.
Accessories, matching your makeup.
Love.
I mean, there's so much you could do.
We love a good
So
necklace.
how are you getting at your eyebrows, you think?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You're so smart. Oh, you set that up. So the plan with the Build a Queen segment is to slowly take over the responsibilities of each part of this. Right now I'm doing like 5%. No, I'm doing like 2%, and Rachel's doing 98%. So the first thing that we've decided to have me conquer on my own is when she shows up, I've already showered, shaved, smooth.
She doesn't have to shower you.
She doesn't have to shower, shave me. Not like
God,
my last
week was so hard.
Not like my last makeup artist. Scrub harder. No, I was kidding. No, I mean, she gave me the coaching on make sure that you've shaved enough beforehand that we're not going right into makeup so that you're red and irritated.
Yeah.
And then,
that makes sense.
if you've cut yourself a little bit, the makeup might sting it and all that. So, so I show up. The parts that are actually the performance parts here are, that I do right now is the eyebrows. That was the first thing.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we have some little I showed a little video of myself doing my own eyebrows today. And what you have to do is you literally use Elmer's purple glue, the kind that disappears. Children's Elmer's glue, like in the purple and orange little tube. And you glue your man eyebrows down. You glue them down, you glue them down, you glue them down. And then you let them dry. And then you set them with some powder. And you look for areas where there might be a little hair popping through. And then you do it again. That was primer. That was me taping my thing down, then the tape didn't work. And then that's the glue. That's the glue. I'm putting it on, and then I use this
like a knife.
It's spatula? No, it's
a palette knife.
A palette knife would
You're using a butter knife.
I'm using from my China set because that is what you do
cute.
when you're creative.
There's like a little hug in there.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, she just got here, and here's me finishing my eyebrows. So that's what I did on my own today. Was I got her? I did the eyebrows. Now, and actually, no, we didn't record it, but I color corrected them as well.
Nice.
So after you put the glue down and the powder to make sure they're flat and smooth, because my boy eyebrows are right here.
Down, yeah.
And so you smooth them out, you push them down, and then you have to color correct because they make a little. It looks like a shadow is on your face. It looks a little blue, actually, blue or gray. And so if you use like an orange or a light color to offset it, and you put that on first, it color corrects it, and then then she comes in and puts all the other stuff, concealer, foundation, contouring
thing.
The butter knife thing was so that you taught me this trick. You want to tell her?
Sure. I learned it from the woman who does Michelle Visage's makeup, Lipstick Nick, and what she'll do at the end is take her palette knife with some glue on it and fill in the holes, because sometimes when you lay your brows down, they'll lay down, but there's a lot of like holes in between the hairs, because there are some very thick eyebrow hairs in anyone's eyebrows, so you just kind of have to get in between, so it just helps push it down so that you can do the illusion a little bit better.
And it's really a tip for wannabe drag queens, because as a woman, you're never going to you're never going to glue your own eyebrows down. Traditional
daily,
female makeup,
like,
exactly.
day-to-day,
Yeah.
But it's good. That's a good.
It's really cool though.
It is, and it's something I had no idea.
Tricks.
Like I just thought. So, and this also, when you're watching RuPaul's Drag Race and you see how many of these men shave their eyebrows off completely,
Right. Yeah.
you understand why now.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the process of gluing your eyebrows down, I would say of all of it, is the most annoying. Like
Yeah.
it's the most. You have to wait for
The
it to
most
dry.
can go wrong.
Exactly. And if you don't get them, it just will mess up your
It
whole
can mess
look.
up everything.
You
Yeah.
get what
Trust
they
me.
call oatmeal brows.
We could pull up me as a judge. We could pull up me on when I'm doing my own test by myself. That's what happens when your
'Cause
eyebrows
if you
are
get,
not
like,
good.
If you get like sweaty or hot, like
Yeah.
you have to start over.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
what? Like, can you take a blow dryer to it?
I've been
Yeah.
watching
Yes, you can.
a lot of YouTube. That, and I also have a little fan that plugs into my phone.
Oh, smart. Yeah.
It's been really fun, actually. Like,
yeah.
oh, by the way, hi viewer on Instagram
Oh my gosh, I
Live.
forgot about Instagram Live too. Okay, Rachel, can I ask a makeup question?
Absolutely.
Okay, so anytime that I'm like, okay, I want to do makeup, I'll do, or if I want to do like really basic, like concealer, eyebrows, mascara, like basic. But every time I swear, like, I cannot find a concealer or foundation that doesn't, it gives me that like dry, like
It's
line,
like
cakey, flaky, and like
Let me take
even
this
if I
one.
just do under my eyes.
I don't know.
Alright. Or like, yeah, I'll just do under my eyes, but then it like, I'm like, oh, I looked better without it because it just looks so cakey and gross and dry and flaky.
What's your skincare routine? Like,
So I do like 2 serums and then a moisturizer is like my morning
okay.
mainly.
Okay.
But then sometimes I'll do like other serums and stuff, but the basic is like 2 serums and moisturizer
Okay.
and sunscreen.
Wait, what's serum?
It's like
It's
how
like
do you
liquid
describe? Yeah, you
skincare.
like it. That's
Is that
what you-
lotion?
droplets.
No, it's like more
Oh, it's
concentrated.
for moisturizing your skin?
Sometimes I have
Moisturizer,
like a,
vitamin C, retinol, like things like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
Serums.
George has a vitamin C thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I know exactly. So it's like a smooth, it feels almost like oil.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
All right.
thicker than an oil.
Because I have like,
Yeah, like a gelish consistency usually.
my skin tends to dry.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of concealer are you using? What brand? Do you know?
Yeah. Elf.
Okay.
Is that
I
bad?
love Elf.
That's
Okay,
what
I'm
we've
like,
got all over his
I have
face.
so many
Okay.
elves upstairs. Santa's like, where the fuck do my elves go?
Exactly.
But I like don't
Sorry.
have a foundation because
Language.
I haven't found a foundation that I like, so I just tend to use my concealer all over my face.
Okay, I do the same thing. I have
Okay.
Elf
That's what we
Camo
just talked
concealer
about today.
all over my face today
okay, so that's
too.
good.
So,
So-
I can answer why foundation and concealer are different.
Okay, go for it.
Foundation is lighter. Concealer is like a heavier product. With foundation, you can use a beauty blender or a sponge. With concealer, you want to use a brush because you don't want the beauty blender to absorb the concealer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. How do you
interesting.
spread your concealer?
I have
around?
a what's it called?
Like peanut butter?
That like little not moku brush.
Kabuki.
Kabuki brush.
Okay, so you might be using too big of a brush.
What's a kabuki brush?
It is a big one.
It's the type of brush. It's a big paintbrush. You think you have one upstairs?
Okay.
Big boy brush.
Got it.
Lots of. It's usually for powders actually.
Mm.
So that might be one problem.
Okay.
I probably didn't use it. I just have a little bit of lip gloss and mascara on today.
Yeah. No. You
Nothing really?
It's
not
5
for your
seconds, in
natural
and out.
look. But the other thing might be is it might honestly just be the Elf concealer because I have a client who we were using really nice stuff on her, but her skin just doesn't like it. So we have to use Milk makeup and Kosas on her face, but we were using Milk and Tarte, and her face did not like Shape Tape, but
Oh,
her
really?
face loves Kosas. So it's honestly it might be down to formulation. I might just be playing around with things. But like a quick fix might be instead of using like a brush or something, use your ring finger and tap
Okay.
it out. Then you get a little more product, so it's not as like if you don't have a lot on, it can look flaky. But if you wear too much, it can look flaky. So play around with your application first before you go out and spend a whole bunch of money. But
I also feel like maybe the sunscreen I'm using could that be?
maybe, yeah, because sometimes sunscreen and makeup don't like each
Right.
other very much.
Because I feel like sometimes when I put the sunscreen on by itself, even it feels flaky and dry.
Okay, so something might be
Maybe I'm answering
reacting.
the question.
That's actually true because when I'm doing my eyebrows is what I've been practicing on. The glue, if I have to, before I start, I have to put alcohol on my eyebrows.
Oh, like really dry it out.
to dry it out.
Really, yeah.
Because if anything is there, that glue attaches to it. Like even the Elf primer that I was using, if I have any of that primer on my eyebrows, the Elf the glue sticks to it and makes these little balls, and you can't deal with it. You have to make sure that whatever, well, at least for that part of it, you have to. Maybe it's that there's a combination of things happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love like Elf's prices and stuff.
Yes.
Oh,
So
me too.
I don't think there's anything wrong with using Elf. I use it all the time, and it's even in my kit. So I think it just might be things might be reacting funny together because I've also used primers that like primer for some reason doesn't like to live with foundation. I'm kind of like, well, that's your purpose, so you need to figure some things out over there, child. But it might just be a combination of things. We can you can show me what you're using. I can help you a
might
little
bring
more.
in my stuff. And
Perfect.
then, do you recommend primer like always?
I personally have started using primer lately because my pores have been real bad. So I've discovered that I forgot how to do the bottom half of my face after wearing a mask for 2 years. And so now that we're a little bit more open and can do things, I've been doing the bottom half of my face. I am breaking out like crazy on my chin and all those things. I totally forgot about it. So I'm starting to get back into primers. For a while I was using the Milk Hydro Grip, and that was just for grip, but I think I need something a little heavier. So
I bet a lot of people like were just doing their eyes.
Yes, like my
2 years
eyes,
I've just been doing my eyes and wearing a mask.
I've gotten so much better at doing my eyes and the top half of my face and just really accentuating this. And now I'm like, oh God, there's a lot of face I forgot how to do. I gotta relearn a few things.
But you're so good.
Thank you.
As a makeup and a hair artist, hello. We did the Pam Anderson today.
Yes.
It was really fun to. So there's a few key moments when this is all happening that I feel like, it like stands out to me. One is when the colors around the eye start to go on, and you start to see like, this is snatched, like it's pulling up right here, the femininity of it. And then the other big moment is when you put that wig on. When I put the wig on and I cover the wig cap that I'm wearing, and it suddenly, in a moment, I go from JD to Anita Doll Darling.
I love that.
And I love it.
Yeah.
It's really like it's the art of it. Like, I know it's complicated for some people to understand like my interest in this hobby, but for others that get it, it's not. And what it is that any artist who knows that moment that you feel the reveal or the and here it is, it could be anything. It could be revealing a brand new car. You could be doing some art project, but this transforming.
It's your brand new car.
Exactly. I actually would love to be a model on one of those rotating platforms for cars.
Which
cars appeal most to drag queens?
Popcorn said
Hummers.
Popcorn is asking
Electric
if you
ones.
like NARS.
I like it. Yeah. I don't use it a whole lot myself, but I do. When I have used it, I do like it.
What's NARS? Is NARS
Another
Makeup
brand.
I don't know if they're
Another
asking about the whole brand or like concealers.
The
Probably
concealers
concealer.
are really nice. The NARS concealers are very nice, very creamy. They're pretty easy to use.
What's the brand of the concealer we're using?
Elf,
right? Yeah, those have been good. And then the NYX.
NYX is
NYX
okay.
That was pretty good too.
So you don't need to buy like the crazy.
I should bring some of that stuff down. We just
should bring
got
it
this
down.
cute, like after the break, we'll bring some of the stuff down. We'll show it here. But the palette we got from Morphe.
Morphe.
Morphe's cool.
It was like
they have cool colors.
Until today, I hadn't owned any of this kind of color.
Cool.
It was
Where
like,
did you guys go for makeup?
Target.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
everyone listening, you don't need to go to like Sephora and buy these crazy
Oh,
expensive
God, no.
brands.
I
The
could
Target
go on
we
a
went
long
to-
rant about that.
Yeah.
The Target we went to had a whole other store in it. What was it called?
Ulta. So Targets now have Ultas in
Oh,
them.
yeah.
And so the Morphe we got specifically from the Ulta in Target, but everything else we got from
We literally
Target.
had to pay for
that's
the
where I got
Morphe stuff separate than the other stuff.
in the Ulta.
In the
Oh,
Ulta, like a
system.
store within a store thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I
She
think
was
the one
really
by me
sweet
was
too. Shout out to that lady at Target. She was so nice. And she
so
was
sweet.
helping this girl. And then some girl comes up to me and starts asking me about like which color, and I'm like, am I an expert?
Ooh, that feels
I didn't
good.
look like this. If I'd looked like this, I could understand why.
Yeah.
I think because sometimes there's a lot of male makeup artists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
And I'm obviously a proud homosexual. And so I'm like flailing around. And so she came up to me. I was like,
Like, oh,
she's the
he
one.
must know.
Don't talk to me. She is the one. I am currently in a training program to learn how to do one thing, my own drag makeup. And that's it. So we had a lot of fun. That was a good day.
Yeah.
So good.
Did we get through the videos from the store? Because I want to make sure they.
Oh, we didn't play the one where you surprised Anita.
Oh,
the
well, there you go.
OG.
We might as well. This is the big reveal. Actually, this is perfect because this will take us right into our first little mindful moment.
Yeah.
And then we can come back and do some smash or pass. We're going to read from 50 drag queens who changed the world. Now, I tell you, I promised last time to do this several times. I am not. You know what? I'm just going to do one right now.
Let's do it.
Pick a number between 1 and 50.
47.
Oh, perfect. You know what I'm realizing? I did not have my glasses on, so I'm just going to show you Bianca Del Rio.
No way. That's wow.
This is
we talk about her.
one of the.
All day.
I will say that of the 50 queens that are in here, only like less than 10 have been on RuPaul's Drag Race. I mean, RuPaul is the number one.
Yep.
So that's page 9, but the first one.
Alaska's in there.
RuPaul. I think Alaska's in here. This is Bianca Del Rio. For anybody that doesn't know,
Vivian.
RuPaul's Drag Race is a very popular show that's literally syndicated around the world. The American version is in its 14th season, and it's hosted by the most famous drag queen in the world, RuPaul Charles. And over the course of the 14 years, it has launched the careers of many, many, many drag queens, including Alaska, Bianca Del Rio, lots of winners. Evie Oddly. Let's see who comes to mind first. Valentina. She's
Trixie,
one of my favorite.
Katya.
Trixie Mattel, Katya.
Yeah.
Oh, that dance. If you ever want to become a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, go and watch the 4-way musical dance number with Alaska, Roxy, Katya, and
You're talking about their All Stars finale, yes?
Manaska.
Yes.
Yeah, and like the whole. It's,
Katrina Petrova.
yes.
Satara
Yes.
Shakova.
You can call
But
me your dad's
just
girlfriend.
calls me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that is worth was a like music video quality performance. Like it
Incredible.
felt like it was like
Awesome.
Madonna or Lady Gaga could have like done that number with some other backup dancers. It was
good.
really, really great. The whole show, the production quality of it's all coming up. But you know why I'm the most obsessed is just that it is. So there's Bianca Del Rio, is because it really lets people be themselves, express themselves how they want. Here's one, Misdemeanor. I don't even know who that is. There's a lot of drag queens in here I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Like her, Amro
Mariah.
Al-Qadi. See, I'm going to read all of this. This is part of Paris Dupree. These are Hinge and Bracket.
Incredible.
Two elderly
That's-
ladies dripping with pearls and what's that word?
I love it.
Pearls and
French.
Boma? I don't know.
I don't know French.
Did you just read that from screen?
Yeah.
Oh, well, oh my God, you can see better than I can. Charles Bush. I wonder if he's related to George
There
W.
is life after drag.
Smells it different. Spells it different.
Smells it.
Linda Simpson. There's
I love the drag queens that just have like average
know, me
white
too.
lady names.
or Hollister.
Sorry, I'm a lady.
I'm sorry, I'm a lady.
Incredible.
I like the little caption. Like
Michaud.
things.
That just doesn't look like a drag queen at all. Oh, maybe this is a drag king.
Yeah, what does that say?
does it
Deliciously
say?
I feel like
camp
I can read it from
celebrations
here.
of the era's most starry performers. Interesting.
Feels very Studio 54.
Drag cabaret.
Drag cabaret. Pablo Vitar. Crystal Laveja.
So cute.
Chichi LaRue. Okay.
Chi-Chi.
Chichi LaRue has never been on RuPaul's Drag Race, but maybe as a guest or something. But she had some stores in West Hollywood when I used to live in West Hollywood that sold all kinds of grown-up stuff.
Fun.
Yes.
Chichi LaRue. Okay, well there. Now no one can say I didn't read a little bit from
There
50
you
Drag
go.
Queens that changed the world. But yes, we will. We wanted to show a little bit because now so one of my favorite things about this new Friday engagement of bringing the drag world to you all is to show my mother what we've come up with, who I love. Hope you're watching, Mom. Hi, I love you. And so here's a little video from me, right?
Yeah.
Showing. We could just play it and I'll talk over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, click, knock on the door. Forgot that in LA today it is 150 degrees outside.
God, it's hot.
So there she is. And then she's like, oh my goodness. I'm in full like this get up that you see right here. And I'm like, I'm going to set this phone down here, Mom. And then you can come over here. Hello. Not bad considering I couldn't see where the camera was facing.
Yeah, it's really
You
good.
did a great job.
I'm like, don't hurt yourself on this breastplate. It's a
Yeah,
big
watch out for the
boob.
boobies.
So this is actually going to be good here in a second. I'll walk away so you can see a little bit more of the look, and I can tell you about some fun facts. First of all, this is the perfect drag lower half body thing because it's pants that are flowy, but then it has this piece of fabric that wraps around at the very end, and that is the perfect to hide your boy bump, which is what I'm calling my non-pack. I'm
Lucy made it.
not tucking yet, so I can't. I gotta figure that. Yeah,
But
exactly.
these are such amazing pants. I kind of
Yeah.
wear
They're
these.
kind
I
of.
really like the shoes too.
The shoes are everything.
Yeah.
And now that I know that they were like just in, they were fresh off. So here's us going into the side yard here, the backyard. And
So beautiful.
it was very difficult to walk in these little shoes because I have pantyhose on and I have 11
You
layers
literally
on.
look like Pam there.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's our Pamela Anderson
Come
look.
on, Pam.
Hey kids. That's Anita Doll Darling. She is working out her drag form. It is an art form. It takes practice. And the shoes are not easy to walk in the grass. And then right about here, I'm like,
We got the two Anitas
I
together.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
Hi, Aunt Anita. Hi, niece Anita. She was like,
Checking
there
out
you
your
go.
reflection.
I know. I'm like, I'm going back. I can't walk in these. And it's too hot out
You're
here.
like, bye. Don't watch me walk down the
The
ramp.
ramp. I seriously
Hey, you did
was
good.
like, whoa.
That
one
was
step
amazing.
At a time.
Don't
Yes.
fall over.
Oh.
Oh, she almost fell. Oh my god.
There you go. That's the bitter truth behind the secret behind drag is that you have to at least what I'm finding out is I have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I have to sort of check all of my insecurities at the door.
Yeah.
I can't think about what other people think or what anybody cares about. I just have to know that this is an art form that I'm interested in. I love it. I'm doing it. And if you have a problem with it, you can go fill that little form out and
Bye.
stick it in the suggestion box. That suggestion box is located at the International Space Station. So as long as you can get there,
yeah.
which by the way is now taking flights from SpaceX. You can, if you're a multimillionaire or billionaire, you can actually go to the International Space Station now.
I think I'm good.
Jeez.
Fun
I'm gonna
fact.
stay on
I know.
the
I have
planet.
no interest whatsoever in
good
going to
here.
space. I don't
Yeah,
care
I'm
how
good.
rich I was. I wouldn't want to go to
So
space.
good. I do not
I'm
want to go. I have no
good.
desire to look at the Earth from up there. No,
No.
thank you.
Can you imagine what life is like for like the Jeff Bezoses and the billionaires of the world who are doing this?
That
Richard
actually
Branson.
can say, do I want to go to space?
And that they're choosing
Legitimately?
to do it. Like, what must your life be like that, like, going to space seems like a great idea next?
Yeah, like you've done it
Like
all,
you've done it all. Exactly. Like, I have so many things. I'd like to go on a yacht in Greece.
I bet you Ariana
That would be
Grande
great.
will be up
This
there.
is Anita Goes Yachting, by the way. We've decided to name every look. Anita needs a lot of things. She needs and she needs it
We
all.
need to make
and she
Anita her
likes-
own TikTok.
Yes, she needs a TikTok. She's gonna have
Be
that
doing
TikTok.
time lapses all the time on getting ready
Yes.
every
Yes.
week.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Just start. Eventually, we'll hit a stride, and someone will be like, "Oh, that's really good content." So let's put it out. Where are we on time? I feel like
It
we're.
is 3:07.
Oh, that feels perfect. Why don't we take a little break? It's perfect because it takes me about 25 minutes to take everything out so I can go pee. I'm just kidding. But we are always honoring really special people here at Gals, Gays, and Theys by showing their quotes. And in particular, this month, these are some beautiful LGBTQ plus people who have given us great quotes to live by. Let's listen to this first one. And we are back. Welcome back to Gals, Gays, and Theys. I am your fill-in host, Anita Doll Darling. And of course, the gorgeous Rachel is here, my
Hi,
professional hair and makeup artist / producer. And the gorgeous Mariah, a.k.a. Shelly's in the house, engineering everything up. We love everybody who's in house today because we are our besties.
We are besties.
We are. Yeah, we get along. It is nice to not just work with people, but also love them on the inside and really care about their futures and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's nice. We just ordered some food. Here's the secret
all
about
very
what we do
excited
on
about
break.
that.
About what we do. The reason we throw that up is it's 3 hours of us yapping, and
Yeah.
everybody needs a break.
Sometimes you
People
need a
had to
snack.
tinkle.
Yeah.
They have to do their things.
We're gonna eat French fries.
So, yes, we
We're gonna eat a lot
are.
of French fries.
Everybody's happy because French fries are coming. French fries makes everybody happier.
Truly.
I would
French fries are
say
great.
that of all the foods, especially in America, I don't know about other countries, but I'm sure they're popular. They're called chips in England, right?
Yeah, French fries are kind of universal.
Kind of, right?
Yeah.
Potatoes for sure. But I would say that in the United States, French fries is probably, of all the things you would order out, in the top 10.
Oh,
Like,
for
it's got to
sure.
be a top 10 thing. Right?
Like you could go out. Every time I go out for like drinks or happy hour, I'm like, we're not eating, but let's just get fries for the table.
And-
you just always order
Oh,
fries.
and that's an
because
easy
they go with
like.
anything.
yeah.
Yeah, it's an easy like I want something on the table so everybody can graze. Like I'm just gonna get fries.
Get fries. I'm not super
Everyone's gonna
hungry,
be down.
but fries.
You know what I love too is when everyone's like on a diet. Like, if I get some fries, will you have some?
Yeah.
Oh, will you?
So
Okay,
true.
as long
I'm not
as we're
gonna eat all of them.
somehow the calories just disappear when they're shared,
Right.
which is fine. And I also got some juice, which
But
is good because
also in other countries, like when I went to Croatia, they don't have a lot of food without meat in it. So like I depended on French fries a lot of the time.
Okay,
'Cause
so
a lot of
first of
countries
all,
have-
we talk about how much I want to go to Croatia.
Croatia's one of the
I-
coolest places in the world.
They don't have a lot of food without meat. So you would think on the Mediterranean there'd be lots of like,
Vegetables.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's mostly meat. And but even like well, I didn't know the language well, obviously, and I would order like a pasta.
Pretty sure they speak Croatian.
Yeah, do you know any?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where is the meat restaurant?
Where's the meat
Like,
restaurant?
rest-
But the amount of times I ordered pasta thinking, and then there would be like bacon in it or something, and it was just hard. So then, like, when you order, the thing is, like, you order French fries, it's not going to be confused in the kitchen. Everyone knows what that is.
Yeah.
They're not called French fries, but whatever they were called.
Sure.
Right.
There, wherever I was. So then
But
it's
when
like a
someone
very
was like-
dependable thing.
When someone was like, they're basically French fries, you're like, done.
Yeah, that.
Get me 8 orders of that, please.
when you
Potatoes.
when you travel internationally and you're young, at least I did. When I was traveling internationally, like right out of college, you know, when you go in that after you graduate college, you take a Eurail pass, and I don't know if they still have those, but
Yeah.
in the late '90s when I
No,
went,
they still do.
did.
They still have them.
And so I'm not proud to say this, but I would oftentimes go to McDonald's
Oh, yeah.
because it was at least it was going to taste like food from home that I recognize,
Yeah.
and I
And
was
a lot of
gone
the
for
times,
several
McDonald's
months.
is
So
better in the other countries. though.
Maybe-
Yeah, because
Yes,
they have
they
better
have-
food standards.
do.
And health
in
standards.
it's
France,
better.
they have a famous McDonald's something in France. It's called
Yeah,
the
like each country has their own
mix
specific
something, and it's- yeah.
McDonald's thing, and
Yeah.
it's
So-
better food.
So I recommend everybody just goes on a food tour of the world, and you
A
only eat at
McDonald's.
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 Exactly. Actually, that doesn't sound terrible.
I would
Let's go.
I would be curious to know like what
GDC
each
takes on
country has.
McDonald's.
I do.
It's cool. It's interesting.
Okay, if you could be on a desert island, if you were on a desert island and could only take one fast food chain, and it's not McDonald's, besides McDonald's. So McDonald's already there because they're everywhere. If you could only take one other fast
man.
food chain besides McDonald's, where would you take?
Oh, damn it.
This is good. This is important.
My brain.
This is
The
hard.
news you can use, folks.
What entails fast food? Like, does it have to be like?
I would say Chipotle or Grater. Like I'd say you have to order at a counter. That's
Oh, that's
or
a lot.
Has a
That's a
drive.
lot.
Anything that you drive through is
Veggie
fast
Grill.
food.
Okay.
Veggie Grill.
Oh, Veggie
Ooh,
Fill's
Veggie
for
Grill
sure
for
fast
sure.
food.
Veggie Grill. I'm putting. That's mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
That's
I
good.
They have so
can't
many
remember.
different kinds of food.
I can't remember. Have you guys ever heard of Culver's?
Yes,
It's a Midwest
because
thing.
they have it in Arizona too.
Oh my god. It is so good. They're known for they're called concretes. It's custard like blizzards.
Oh, I could imagine that would be delicious.
Yeah, it's very.
And it's made, at least from where I'm from in Minnesota, it's made, I'm 90% sure, with like Wisconsin cream, which is like Wisconsin
best.
milk is the best milk you will ever drink. But it's delicious.
You can kind of relate it to Dairy
But you're from
Queen,
Minnesota.
it's not
Yes.
Dairy Queen.
Okay, that's why
Yes.
you keep throwing me off. I'm like, she loves Wisconsin milk, but she's from Minnesota.
But that is the only thing from Wisconsin that I like. And the
Cheese,
Packers.
dairy, right? Wisconsin's
Packers.
famous
You're a
for
Packers
cheese.
fan?
Only because if I have to pick one, it's the Packers.
My boyfriend's a Packers
I'm a
fan.
fan of Packers.
Yes, you are.
The men that pack.
Why are we talking about sports? Because I'm not talking about sports.
No, we never talk about sports here.
Never. What color?
What sports?
No.
But the cheeseheads, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Wisconsin.
There's a
Green Bay Packers.
There's an unspoken rivalry between Minnesota and Wisconsin because if you get down to it, we're kind of the same.
Yeah, it really does. That whole like Great Lakes area up there just sort of blends together in my
It does.
head.
Sadly, the whole middle area kind of blends.
Which is ridiculous because there's such unique culturally important places there, and like I
true.
can think of them, but I just you don't.
But actually, honestly, and it might sound a little because I'm from there, a lot of what you know about the Midwest is from Minnesota. Minnesota is one of the more well-known.
And it's not Minnesota's been. It's a tough time. It's been a tough few years for Minnesota.
Yeah,
Every time I think of Minnesota now, I think of a lot of the BLM issues that we're facing as a society.
And that was scary to be there when that was happening. We can talk about that another day. But besides that,
right.
Minnesota is like second or third in theater in the whole country.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I literally picture like fields.
That's most of Minnesota, but we're talking like Twin Cities where I'm from.
Yes.
It's like this.
The
That's like a
urbans.
city.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pasadena.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Is there like I'm so dumb. Capital of Minnesota?
St. Paul.
St. Paul.
St. Paul, Minnesota. That's where I was born.
I can do all 50
Okay.
capitals.
Really?
Nice.
I don't know if I can remember.
I
That's
used
5th
to.
grade.
I cannot anymore. That passed.
Pick a state.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Little Rock.
Yeah, that one I actually did
That
know.
one's
Very
easy.
That is an easy one.
Some of them that are tricky are like
Florida.
Like people think
Tallahassee.
People think like Chicago is the capital of Illinois.
People think Portland's the
and
capital of Oregon. And
Exactly.
It's not.
No.
It's not. You know what is?
Yes.
Salem.
Nice.
Your favorite your favorite other
Salem,
Salem
Mass.
is on the other side of the country.
Okay, let's
Okay.
Maine. Oh, Portland.
Right?
Right?
Mm,
Or is it not Portland, Maine?
No.
no.
What is Portland? What's Maine's capital? Why can't I think
Give him a second.
It's called coming in. I want to say Augusta, but is that in?
Augusta.
Is Augusta a different
I
state?
definitely had a song to it, so I'm trying to remember the song.
I know.
Augusta.
Where's Alexa? She's my best friend. Has anyone seen Alexa, darling?
Let's do Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader one day.
Okay,
That would be fun.
But speaking of fun games, that is what we're doing on this next block of Gals, Gays, and Days.
I love this.
We
like,
are
this has
doing.
to be a tradition. Like anytime there's any red carpet, we have to do a smash or pass.
I feel like we should all say 1, 2, 3, smash or pass. 1, 2, 3, smash or pass. It's that time, folks. Let's do it. Bring it up. We're gonna do the Grammys this time because.
How are we doing it? Are we doing
I like the way-
specifically fashion, or are we gonna do
I think
like-
all three categories.
all three categories? Okay.
It's like a fashion vibe. Beep.
Okay.
Fashion.
Intercourse.
There might
Exactly.
be there might be some people that you don't know on here.
Oh, that's fine.
That's
I
fair.
can.
I might be wrong.
That's
Also-
Anita Doll. Anita Doll's a virgin, but that's JT. Bring him up.
Also, you
Line
were
'em up.
right. The capital of Maine is Augusta.
Hey.
Wow.
You were right.
That was just in your brain.
That is the craziest thing. Is
Oh, I gotta fix
if I
this
cross
really
my
fast.
eyes a little bit and stop thinking, I can usually get the right answer. Especially if I know it's so dumb.
If I close my eyes,
Close my eyes.
No, I like.
that's a lot of thinking.
I gotta cross my eyes. No, there's this weird thing where I feel like we have more going on with us than just our brains.
Mm-hmm.
Like lots of different parts can remember things, and if you just trust yourself, oftentimes the answer is in you. You just have to stop thinking so hard. And
Right.
So it's kind of the same thing I do when you like. You want to look like, do I look good? Like you like crush your eyes just a little bit.
Yes.
Like I cross my eyes a little bit. That reminds me to get out of my head, and then just feel what comes up 1st. And 90 times out of 10, the first thing that pops up will be like the right answer, like Augusta. Like I don't know where that came from.
Right. Even
a
in the
lot of
right
times with
direction.
numbers too. If I have to remember an address or something that I said earlier in the day, I can't think about it, but I'll just try to distract myself a little bit and it'll come. Haven't you ever been singing along to a song that you didn't know you knew all the words to?
Stuff from when I was
Right.
a kid.
And then-
Absolutely.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you're not paying attention, but you're saying all the words.
Yeah.
100%.
Same. That's the same part of the
Anytime a Justin
brain,
Bieber song comes on,
Oh, yeah.
the like 15-year-old me just.
baby.
I'm like, how do I know all these
Oh.
words? Like, where did
There
this?
was.
Although, how does the girl who literally grew up with Justin Bieber not know the words of those? I mean, that's
True.
pretty pervasive in our country, right? Was it not big in Oregon, Justin Bieber?
No. I just think like the random songs, not the popular songs.
Ah, I
like it'll
see.
be like random
Oh.
songs that I haven't heard.
Like
since
you
I
didn't
was
realize
15.
that you had heard the whole album several
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Exactly.
Or it'll be songs that weren't like he has a lot of songs that were never released on albums,
course.
but they were
Yeah.
like, you know, and like I'll listen to it. I have not listened to that in like 10 years.
Yeah.
But for some reason I still remember the words. It's kind of cool.
I have to
There-
like sort of say I stand corrected. I'm sorry, Justin Bieber. If you heard my cousin JD, he thought you were going to be a flash in the pan. I interviewed him.
Really?
JD interviewed him at the Teen Choice Awards or the Kids Choice
What, in,
Awards
like,
or
2012
something.
or something?
Yes. Like it was baby
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
And it was a huge song, but I'd seen that same thing happen so many times where there's like a big hit, and then people just very few ever stick. Like you would be surprised.
Yeah. The
And then
Oneaters.
And
then
he was like a
just did.
YouTube success story
Exactly.
as well.
Yeah.
So that's like
But he also was
beginning.
their team. It's all about who you're surrounded by. Like
Scooter
Yeah.
Braun.
Usher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then Usher and I think Justin Timberlake were kind of fighting over him off
For
of
a
YouTube,
minute.
and then he finally went to Usher.
Yeah.
And then ended up on like all those record labels and those people, the ones that grabbed the Britney and the Selena and the Justin and the like, they really know what they're doing, because those are the handful of, like even Demi Lovato is still kind of a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they
so
are.
that crop, there was like a crop of young pop stars that came up together that are all still super relevant. I think Ariana's like the baby of the group, but like
Yeah,
it started
she's the newest.
with like Miley,
Yeah.
and it went down to Ariana, and now there's this like crop of that's the way I see them, because they wouldn't, because they're not
And like the Jonas Brothers.
it's not the same
Yeah.
as like yes.
Same era.
Although one of the big things
God, I
I
love
think
it.
is that these are really musicians.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I think back in the day with the people that kind of were flash in the pans, they didn't have the investment in the musical side.
No.
And so they were just doing other people's work, and it doesn't sustain.
Yeah.
They love the music.
like even
They
Justin
can-
Bieber helps write his
Yeah,
music. And
exactly. They're
certain-
more involved
yeah.
with the music itself.
I mean, Miley, like she's definitely a writer.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
She's like an artist through and through.
Yeah.
She really is.
Yeah. She
I've-
just exudes that energy.
One of these times, I know we've talked about it, and we're going to do it. Confessions of a Celebrity Reporter, where we bring some of my old interviews back. But I remember interviewing her for a movie, because I was the music
Last
guy.
Song?
It was one of those movies, and
love her.
she was
That's a good
she was
movie.
Hannah Montana in the movie.
Oh,
So
the
the
Hannah
Hannah
Montana,
Montana
movie.
movie.
Yeah. Okay. So and that's where she was like in her career.
When she has a fight with Tyra Banks in the shoe store.
Oh my God, yes. That's a great
That's a
Have
whole
you watched
scene.
the movie?
You didn't watch it?
I would have, in
Anita.
theory, had to have seen it to do the interview.
Ah,
Did I
okay.
see every single movie that I interviewed for? No.
That would be a
And
lot.
if I did the interviews on the red carpet, I definitely didn't see it.
Right.
Especially if I was at a
Oh,
premiere,
yeah.
because it's like the movie hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, come on. Then
But,
that's okay.
They would let us see the movies early, and we would always see them if we sat down with someone. And I did sit down with Miley for this, but I cannot remember anything about Tyra Banks. So
It
either
also
I saw
is
it.
a children's
I'm
movie.
pretty sure I saw it, and
Yeah.
I don't remember what the movie's
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
But it was, and also,
Did
I'm just
you-
2 years older than you, so.
No.
Right.
Did you interview Miley during her Can't Be Tamed stage?
Okay, is that when she shaved her head and the tongue came out?
No, that
This was what I was about
that
to talk
was
about.
Dead that
That's
was Dead
Bangers.
Pets.
That's
Bangers.
Oh, or Dead
Bangers,
Pets.
Dead Pets.
Yeah.
The
Can't Be
last-
Tamed was
End of Disney.
probably like 2013, right?
Do you think it was her authentic self?
It
Was
was
she-
like I
She was
think I
trying
think her
not to
authentic
be-
self is now. I think
Yeah.
she's hit it.
She is who she is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think that Bangers was her? Or was that her trying to be a rebel?
I think it was a little bit of her, if I'm being honest.
I do
I
too.
saw Bangers on tour, and that was like one of the coolest shows I've ever seen.
I was gonna
She
say
also was like, wasn't she like 22?
when Bangers came out.
no. It was even. She thinks she was even younger.
No, she was.
Oh, was she over?
Because I was like 16, so she would have been like in her early
21,
20s.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, oh God, me at 21.
I mean, everybody was
22?
going nuts. Remember when she came on she was.
She smoked a J on stage.
her-
Yeah.
That was. She always had her tongue out of her mouth.
Yeah.
Her and the Blurred Lines dude
Yes,
Robin
yes,
Thicke.
yes,
did like a whole thing or whatever.
Right,
Yeah.
Which
right.
he is.
She's wearing a
disgusting,
mouse.
Yeah.
A mouse
Yes.
outfit. Yeah.
Yep.
But her
Um,
Can't Be Tamed stage was a little bit before this.
So
That
do you
was-
think that
yeah.
was where she was starting to finally break out of
I
her
think
Disney
she went.
mold?
Yeah.
Yeah, she went from like Disney to the other side of the spectrum. I think to make a point,
Mm-hmm.
and then she
She
like
went-
came a little back.
She did Hannah, then
That
she
makes
did
sense.
Party in the USA, which was kind of like, oh my God, she's wearing short shorts. That girl's on Disney Channel.
and like dancing
Which
on
I
a
love
truck.
that song, by the way.
I love that song,
it.
and the
That's the
video
same
is
album
great.
that The Climb is on, right?
No,
The Climb is from
The
the
Climb
last
is
song.
Hannah Montana.
Oh no,
The
Hannah
Climb.
Montana. Duh, sorry,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
I love The Climb too.
that is a good song. But she did that.
From
Then
the
she
movie.
did Party in the USA, which was like,
Mm-hmm.
wow. And then she did Can't Be Tamed, and everyone was like, pull her from Disney Channel. We don't want our kids
Oh,
watching that.
okay.
Because the
So that's
lyrics
when
are
she-
literally her saying like,
For those who don't know me, I can get a bit crazy.
yeah,
She
my
says,
way, yeah, 24 hours
a
a day, because I'm hot like that. Every guy, everywhere just
Practicing
gives
my lip
me
singing.
mad
Mad
attention,
attention.
like I'm under
Oh.
inspection. I always get a
see,
10 because
she
I'm
was
built
saying-
like that.
I want to drive. I want to fly. I want to go.
Yeah, it was
like
very-
it's like I want to be free. Leave me alone.
This is actually a good idea for a segment here. We should break down songs and just go through the lyrics.
Oh my god, that's like my.
and think
Fun.
what they are thinking, because
Yes.
it's really when you look at the lyrics to songs. In fact, one of these comedians, is it Jimmy Fallon or someone's like, what of the following 4 things, 3 of them are actual lyrics to a song?
Oh,
which
yeah.
one is not? We could do that.
That would be fun.
because there's some crazy
Well,
lyrics
tell me
out
why
there.
Blurred Lines was like #1 and no one thought that to like talk about those lyrics.
Oh, with
Yeah. Robin
Robin
Thicke.
Thicke,
like
yeah.
like I don't know. I guess that's controversial though. People have
Yeah.
different opinions on that.
Now we can't play the song, but
No.
we could talk about the words of the song. Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
you
of
could
course.
speak the lyrics, right?
But just to
Like
finish out
poetry.
my story though on Miley Cyrus,
Yes, sorry, continue.
I do think that she was just not herself. Like she it was like talking to a robot at one point in her career, and then many years later it was like, oh, this is like a totally actualized person.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
used to think maybe it was just because she was young before and then she got older. But in her case, I think that she was performing
Yeah.
in the first part of her career, and now she was able to translate that into herself, like to be a more
She
more authentic
became,
person.
like,
don't we
America's-
all just want to be ourselves?
She became America's sweetheart at like 13, and like
Yes.
Yeah.
how do you navigate that?
I know.
I mean, it happened overnight, and she was the definition of what every quote generally girl wanted to be. Every guy wanted her, and like parents saw her as this is the role model, so she had to be very perfect.
Something I love about her and Lady Gaga is that they do a lot of tributes.
Yeah.
Like if you ever whether it's the Kennedy Center Honors or this comedian award, and now here to honor Carole King for her Lifetime Achievement Award is Lady Gaga, or here to honor so and so.
Yeah.
As I love hearing famous people like Lady Gaga and Miley Cyrus. Did you hear that too?
Yeah. What was
I don't
that?
know what it was. It sounded like a cat was dying or something.
I
Or
think,
like somebody's
something
phone.
vibrated or something.
We better check and make sure
Yeah,
the
check
food's
your
not
phone.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
our food.
Exactly.
That's what's important.
That I totally lost my train of thought. Tell me again what I was just saying.
That they do.
They do tributes.
Tributes. Yeah.
Yes. And so one of my favorite, George and I, we would love to go to YouTube and look at people singing other people's songs.
Yeah.
And so like
Remember Christina
Miley does a
doing
really
Whitney?
good cover of Fleetwood Mac's Landslide.
Yeah,
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 she
yeah.
does.
Landslide will bring it 7 notes.
She does a lot of Stevie.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
and she
have
does it
this
good.
they have like they're, they have
She
a
wrote
similar
her-
vibe.
Jolene though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dolly.
wow.
In the backyard, did you see
Yeah,
that
the
one?
backyard sessions.
Oh, that one's a good one.
Her duet with Ariana Grande is so.
That's a good one, too.
Oh yeah. So you're watching all the same YouTube clips I see. Good. I wasn't the only one.
No.
No.
So
I've
you're
seen
one of those
Miley.
4 million views.
Yeah, right.
Just one.
Nowadays it's a billion views, right? Like these
I
things
mean,
get billions of
casually.
views.
Yeah.
So speaking of getting billions of views, how many people watched? Did you watch the Grammys?
No.
Did you watch the Grammys?
No.
Okay, well I did. So let me tell you all about them.
Tell us.
Tell us.
The fashion was crazy. It was super fun. I actually thought it was the Grammys used to be like the wild show. Like
Yeah.
the Golden Globes
rock
was
stars.
where everyone got drunk and ate dinner. The Oscars was like grown up, that
Classy
was
grown-ups.
classy. And the Grammys was like you could wear like rock star clothes and stuff.
See-
But I would say this year, thanks to Will Smith, the Grammys was actually more of a subdued sort of like it was classy. It was nice. I thought it presented really well. I think they did a good job overall on the way that they decided to organize the show. The performances I thought were really good. I thought Lil Nas X, as we talked about on Tuesday, was fabulous. And I thought people looked
And
really
Billy
good.
and Phineas did a Taylor tribute, right? I didn't.
Oh, did they?
I think so.
I know they sang together. Phineas was nominated for Best New Artist, but lost to Olivia Rodrigo. Spoiler alert.
She won like 3.
Olivia Rodrigo won. Yeah, and then the guy who works with Jimmy Fallon. Wait, no.
I was gonna
Yeah,
put her.
David James no.
No, you were
Questlove.
right.
Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert's music artist, the guy what is his name? I should know
Anderson
this.
.Paak?
Batiste.
Oh,
Batiste.
yes, yes.
He won 5 Grammys, including Album of the Year. So
Wow.
my apologies for not remembering the first
The
name.
fashion for the Grammys to me is 1,000 times better than the Oscars. Like
Yes.
another
Yes.
level, not even
Yes.
comparable.
Well, it's just so much more daring.
Is that why? Okay, maybe that's why.
It really is. It's rock. It's
I
music.
couldn't-
It's
it was
rock and
hard to
roll
pick,
and
like-
music.
It was hard to pick these. I mean, I would want to do more.
Okay, well let's play Smash or Pass.
I was gonna put Olivia Rodrigo, but I
2022
thought that would be inappropriate.
Her
Because
dress
she's-
is pretty,
to
though.
say smash to her because she's like
She's
a kid.
18.
Is she?
She's 19.
Oh,
She's an
she
adult.
seems like a 16-year-old to me, and I'm like, we can't say smash. To
She
her.
can't legally drink, which means she probably wouldn't hook up with me. Since you'd have to be pretty drunk.
Oh my god. We should play that too. How many shots would it take for you to hook
Oh
up with
my god.
All of them.
all the shots?
It would take so many shots. True story. So what kind of fun are we having with our smash or
Okay, let's
pass?
start with a fashion designer.
Ooh, let me guess. Donatella Versace.
Miss Versace.
This is
Versace.
Wow. Okay, can I ask a
Yeah.
favor? Is there
Yes.
any way to make this bigger? Otherwise, you know what? Actually, I can watch like where everyone else watches
Watch
right here.
live.
Okay, here we
That's how I
go.
am.
That's better.
So
Ooh. Okay, I'm finally. It's catching up on the live here.
Dun-dun-dun.
The color is
Dun.
interesting.
Are you on Twitch or YouTube?
I'm on YouTube.
Okay, I'll go to Twitch because I love the Twitch.
The color is interesting.
I love the color.
Okay, let me see the shape and color and everything. I feel like I do feel like I'm gonna like it if I'm being honest.
I like.
I do
just
like.
need to see a little closer.
I really like the platform boots and the combo of everything.
Everything together, I like. If I'm looking just at the dress, I'm a little
Okay,
like.
that's fair.
But remember, the boots go with it.
The boots are so
All together, I like it. I do.
Oh, here we are. Oh, look at all these little past videos that are here. Sorry, I'm trying to
You're trying
focus.
to find our lives.
I'm trying to get to the. What do we have a name of something? What do I do?
It should be the first thing you see if you go on our page.
ModPod. This is an old one. Okay. All right. I'm gonna figure it out. Mostly. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna say, based on my current eyesight, is that I think she looks dope. I think that the
think the hair, too, is
silhouette of her outfit is really cool. It looks like a little Judy Jetson meets the Grammys. Is that me?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's our countdown music from a different video.
Oh, I was like,
Your sound is on your iPad.
I'm trying to go to. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to go to our